Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, come at you with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for May. Now before I begin this video, I want to say thank you so much to Collision of Scrubs and Sir Scrubs for letting me guest upload on the channel. I really appreciate it, and you guys are awesome. Now a little bit about me. What I like to do on my channel is a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content ranging from covering news, market watches, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Investment videos to openings, just general Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff like deck profiles. I kind of try to get a little bit of everything, but the way my channel differs is because I have some experience in the stock market and I actually know how to read this market. So I have series like 5 cards to have in your trade binder and Yu-Gi-Oh! Market watches that let you guys know what's going on in the market, keep you aware of this game, to let you play this game for way cheaper than you're probably paying for it, and even profit off this and getting cards before they spike. So hopefully you guys will come to my channel and subscribe and check me out. That would be awesome. It will be in the link in the description down below. So with that being said, hey guys, welcome to another market watch. This is going to be kind of a, no offense, but a little bit of a newbie market watch in a way. But so we're going to go over Eternity Code. I actually have a box opening of a factory error on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, it's interesting to say the least. So the prismatics have been very well received by people, especially Effect Veiler, since it opens up the avenue of older hand traps and older icon cards being prismatic, where since Effect Veiler released in Duelist Revolution, I believe, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And we could see that maybe if our next card could be a prismatic Ash, and that would be its only printing, or some other card like maybe DD Crow. It does have to be just hand traps though, so I'm curious to see where this goes. However, right now it's about $1,000. These were about 500. Honestly, this knows no ceiling. I'm not shocked at this price at all. It's just this is a collector card. You're not gonna see people playing it. Because even if you do want to play this card, you're gonna need at minimum two, but most likely a playset, right? So yeah. Ghost Mourners at 500. I don't think this is gonna hold personally. Areas at 380. And just a quick thing, Eternity Code is releasing in NA in about the next week or so. So expect a lot of these prices to go down, especially the prismatics, because we're gonna have a bit more supply here. I think we're gonna see areas at probably around 300, a little cheaper, hopefully, since I actually do want to pick up an area myself. Traptrix Alamaris at 400. Again, I don't think this is going to hold. But then we have stuff like Access Code Talker, an amazing Lake Monsters, that especially for Code Monsters, at $75. Honestly, I see this sticking. A lot of people are pulling them as well. Gearsu's at $60, however. These have been going down quite a bit. Personally, I think this is the best chance to go and grab them, because there's a lot of things you could do with this, either an Orchist or hand traps with Mekk-Knights. This is your tier 1 deck. I think if you plan on picking these up, $60 is where you should do it. So then we have Dinosaurs here at 42. It just depends on how many people really want to play this deck, and that's where the price is going to be. I personally think it's going to go lower in price. Ghost Mourner and Chill. More people are having faith in this card. I don't, because I'd rather personally play Imperm. So if you don't like this card exactly because, it might not be able to stop your opponent's effects, might want to just go for Imperm. Personally, I would rather go for Imperm. Link Cross is calming down. Now, this is the most broken card out of the set, probably, at least in my opinion, because this can do some crazy degenerate shenanigans in so many decks to set up boards that your opponent cannot kaiju and cannot play through. It's absolutely insane. So along with in Altergeist, once Altergeist get their new support, I think it's called like Pulcanary, probably mispronouncing that, Geist become tier 1 again. So however, if you still play X-Draft, Geist are gonna need 3 of this because they want to banish it off, so Dragon Maid's 25, Gizmex at 18. A lot of people have been talking about not liking. I saw a post on Twitter about this, I believe, in one of the small YouTubers, how they don't like the prices of these cards. Honestly, it's a secret rare from a set that hasn't dropped yet, and it's below $20. Honestly, I would not complain about that price one bit. Obviously, I hate this game being money and expensive at times where cards are worth way more than they should be, but there are times where it's like, yeah, it's $20, but it's worth $20, I think this is worth $20. I think it's even going to drop. I mean, even Gizmek Orochi, which is 10 times better than this card is not worth $20 after a little while. So if you want this card, it's not like you're really going to lose much if you go for 18, but I think it's going to go back down to $10. Gravekeeper's Digger's Trap Hole, awesome secret. This is honestly a very underrated secret because it's not the eye candy. And this is just your Sea Serpent Searcher. This is an amazing card. Honestly, $14, very good steal on these. Then you have stuff like Salon, Titan Coder. Honestly, I don't know if this $7 isn't bad because this is a good card. It's kind of like Lost Wind. However, a lot of people just don't have faith in it. This is a good card. It's a one of. I don't see people playing more of this. So whoever needs it will get it. I think it's going to be around a $4 or $5 Ultra eventually. But this says jam-packed with good cards. Honestly, it's been so long since we got a good set like this. Honestly, if you can get a box for very cheap, might be worth cracking open. And I usually am against getting seal product. I usually say get singles, but there are times where product is so cheap for what it's worth that taking a gamble could be worth it. Heroic Champion Game Diva. I had this on my 5 cards to have in your trade binder. On my channel, personally, where I go over 5 cards to have in your trade binder, cards you should buy immediately right now, and I'd let you know the reasons why. This was one of them. I told people to get it at about $2.50, $3 for a first end near mint. So we're gonna see how it's faring right now. So near mints are about $2, and what this card does is if you're playing a warrior type spam deck, or you can get 2-level warrior monsters on the field, when a level 4 monster special summon to your opponent's side of the field, detach, destroy that special summon monster. So this is actually a pretty good card, honestly. 200 attack, decent stats, you know. Not bad, and it's an older ultimate rare. I know it might be hard to see, but this is the ultimate rare. First eds, though, that's what we're interested in. Are lightly played for 5, near mint for 7. And then it goes to 12 very quickly. This is an ulti that you guys are going to want to pick up still. Now, I have people on my channel who said, wow, I should pick up my third. Because I do have a few more collectors on my channel personally because of the content I do. And this card's going up. Like some people actually was able to get it at 3. And you're able to make a lot of money. And the best part about this, just to let people know, is that you don't have to pick these cards up necessarily to make a profit or make money or to use these cards. But if you get this card at $3 and say you sell it, if it hits 20, I don't really know. I'm just throwing this out there. Then you can use that $20 on other Yu-Gi-Oh product, whereas you only had $3 to spend on Yu-Gi-Oh product prior. And this game's expensive, especially for budget players. Like sometimes they only need a few cards to really play at their locals, but it ends up being $200-$300 that they can't afford or just might not want to drop. So that's kind of why I like to look at cards like that. But then we have Dual Overload. This set's been very weird because of its release date. I think this set. Oh no, I thought we had one at 20 here. This set would succeed a lot more if we weren't in quarantine. But we have Imperms here about $25, $26. When Imperm got released for its second time, being its first reprint in Dual Power, this card was a $20 to $30 card, and a lot of people didn't want to pick it up, waiting for it to go down. And then it hit $50 until this came out, and a lot of people were really upset because they really wanted their Imperm still, but they thought it would go lower. If you need Imperms, $75 for a playset, definitely not bad. Honestly, I would definitely use it. And if you're buying cards, please use my affiliate link in the description below. Helps out the channel, no additional cost to you. And yeah. So needle fiber, $25. I think it's just gonna stabilize here. Some people have been saying this is gonna get hit. I don't know what you're smoking personally. All I know is I would rather not make fun of you so that you can share what you're smoking, because that's some good shit. This card's way too new to get hit. If anything, they're gonna hit the other cards, right? And they also still want to profit off this card. We're getting the O-Lion reprinted in Armageddon, so that's not gonna get hit either. If anything's gonna get hit, it's probably Jet Synchron, and that's what I believe they're gonna ban. Which it doesn't matter. You're gonna play other tuners. $22 on Anaconda. Mark my words, it's going to go up when Red Eyes comes out, and it's splashable, so $22 and it searches all your fusions. This is a card that you pay $22 for and you use for years in multiple decks. Honestly, this card, on what it does for people and the versatility that it has, along with how many players are going to use this in multiple decks and all that, this card to me is worth triple this at minimum, personally. So I would get an Anaconda. Phantasmates at 10. These have been dropping. If you want Phantasmates, I get them. Union Carriers at 12. I believe that we're going to get the Fusion ABC Buster to 2. I believe because of what they did with OTS. I like to kind of read on Konami's hints. Personally, Konami really does hate ABCs, though. I don't know why. There's just decks where they just absolutely hate them, like windups. But the reason I'm speaking of ABCs is if you get about 2 ABC Dragon Busters, this card's probably gonna double because of hype. So if you get your hands on it, might not be a bad idea. Sign It Mining's here at $9, so not too bad. Animas. So I just want to look at Sign It Minings really quickly. Because I know a lot of budget players do like Cybers, right? And $14 on these for a first and your mints is very good. I know a lot of people, and the reason I'm explaining this a little more in depth is because I do know that on some, and I don't mean this in any offending way, is on some YouTubers channels and all that, they're really more geared towards casual players or more budget players and players that might not understand the market at all. And a lot of people will look at this and be like, all right, well, I just want the card to play with, you know, I'm gonna save myself $4 or $5. Get these, right? Yeah, okay, that's not a bad way of seeing it. But the thing is, right, is this card was not as accessible to players when this used to be 20. It hit 20 at one point without a reprint at its lowest. But then it's shot up to 35, and a lot of players couldn't get that for their Salamangreat decks and all that, right? And they were like, well, why, damn, that sucks and all that. And the point I'm trying to get across is that you have to cycle your cards and actually pay attention to the market, invest in order to make this card game cheaper for you down the line. Because you're going to be spending hundreds of something dollars on this card game. And with some more smart decisions, spending a few more dollars now, you're going to be able to play this game for a lot cheaper and maybe even a few more higher rarities. I know some players care about that, some don't, some are like whatever with it. But it's just smart to pick these up because these are what's going to hold value and go up in the long run. Right? You could buy these for a few more dollars, see them hit 30, and then when you want a different card in Yu-Gi-Oh, sell your playset, right? Which might be lightly played at the time, but still worth quite a bit. Pick up cheaper versions, right? Still have, a lot of money left over, and you could use that money either for bills, Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because life's not all Yu-Gi-Oh, or whatever you really need, right? So it's just saving money, budgeting, knowing when to buy cards. It's just, I spoke a little too long, so I apologize, but getting right into it, Maxi got bought out because it is ban list season. I actually have a whole market watch on mine, channel that pertains to the ban list, so check that out. $98 on these, very crazy actually, that this is worth $100 for a banned card. I personally have my first set secrets. I got them at 15 a long time ago because I have a band binder. But then we have first and near mints at 180, and they were 300 when I first saw it. 305 now, I guess. One guy, because that 300 listing's gone unless it got changed. But yeah, this is absolutely insane. If you have this card in Secret Rare, I would highly suggest selling it, and then you could just get this card later on. In fact, you could probably get an ulti. So, nice little upgrade. Colossus here at $50. People think this card's going to come back. I highly doubt it. And if it does come back, I don't see its price changing too much. If you have these cards, I would highly suggest selling them. Same with maybe the Secret Rares. It's like if you plan on using it, I'd keep the Secret Rare because it looks nice. But even the Ultras are having some movement. Like, they're holding solid dollars, but with shipping too. Honestly, I don't think this card's going to come back. If you have these, I would get rid of them personally. And just get rid of them at a later date. Borderlord Savage Dragon hitting here at $78, quickly going up to 80. Personally, I think this card's going to get reprint in the Megatins. However, we are getting locals back. It just depends if you're using this card and what position you're in, right? I'm not going to tell you to sell this card if you're using it. However, if you don't need it in your deck, right? And if you don't want to, or if you want this for Emancipators, but you don't have your core yet because you're waiting for it to go cheap, I would sell this card. I just wouldn't pay this price point. Like, that's kind of where this card is right now. I've gotten, a lot of people are trying to offer 60s on these that I've seen because I've had friends who are trying to sell them. I don't know. I would take 60. Secret Slayers. So Golden Boys at 125. Honestly, if you got these at 50, you won. Uh, then we have Researchers here at 58. A lot of people like to complain about the price tag of Adamanticators. However, the issue is with this deck is that you're not paying for the core, really, in my eyes. You're paying for Researcher, right? Because the core just, it's so cheap. We'll get to that in a second here. But it's like $1 or $2 for every other card that doesn't say Researcher. Except for like signs, but we'll get to that in a second. So Teardrop the Rika Queen, this is actually a short print. I don't know how short print it is, but $6, not bad, honestly. Oh wow, I saw this first. I was like $2. Then we have Black Awakenings at $6, very cheap. Signs at $3, right? This is your second most expensive Adamantipator card. So if you can get your Seekers and you want to play Adamanticators, for the core deck, basically, right? Unless you want to play Go-Go's, right? Which, yeah, you're paying a few dollars for rares. The core is very cheap. It's just one card entry in reality, right? So if you can trade for them, for, at least for Seekers, right, or make it a little cheaper for yourself, this is definitely a good tier 1 deck to pick up. And you're pretty safe from the ban list. $2 on these. A lot of people are trying to buy these at 15s, 12s. I told people to calm their tits. It will be a $3 card. Uh, right, maybe 2.5. It's $2. It's even lower than I thought. These are what you want to pick up though, your penny stocks right now, because Solemn Judgment, every time it gets reprinted, it'll be cheap and then it'll slowly rise to a $6, $7, $8 card. Because every deck could essentially use Solemn Judgment. It's one of the best trap cards in the game, if not the best. Okay. My bad. Girlfriend messaging me. Get to that later. But yeah, this is actually quite a long market watch. So then this is actually a short print. A lot of people aren't looking at Rika's, but if you're looking at Rika's, this was a $30 card on pre-sale. I would get it. I mean, you're not really spending much. So, Hero Champion Excalibur Ghost Rares. These were $22. I actually got mine at 18 for a first ed near mint. Now first eds, there's only technically two, but one listing for $100. There's been a lot of Ghost Rare buyouts, and I completely understand why. These cards are just iconic gems to Yu-Gi-Oh! And a lot of people, and honestly, I see them going up and up and up, right? Even Unlimiteds, right? Like near mints for $40, no one would pay this back in the day.